Hey guys, and welcome back. I wanted to make a real quick video today to walk you guys through the brand new next gen general purpose service tier for Azure SQL Managed Instance. So this is going to be a new preview feature that was recently announced. So let's go out and take a look at this really quick. I'm logged into the Azure portal now. Let's go into Azure SQL Managed Instance. I'm going to create myself a new instance, and for right now, we can bypass everything on this page, and we want to come down to the compute and storage section here, and then we'll click on our configure button. And the first thing that you will notice here is that there is going to be a new option here for you to enable the next gen general purpose tier here. So let's go ahead and enable this. And now let's take a look at what are some of the new features that are a part of this next gen general purpose tier. For that, let's go out to the announcement that was recently made, and we can kind of look through the document here and get some details on some of the enhancements that were made. First up is going to be enhancements to the storage performance. In this new next gen general purpose tier, we're going to improve the average IO latency by 2 times. So we're going to go from 5 to 10 milliseconds of latency to 3 to 4 milliseconds. We're going to improve the maximum number of IOPS that you can get for your instance. We're going to bump that up to 80,000 IOPS, a 60% increase. And then we're going to increase your max log throughput. Now that will be 192 megs per second for the instance, and there are going to be no more per database limits. This is going to allow you to see a 60% increase in your log throughput. If we scroll down here just a little bit more, we can look at some of the improvements that we have now for the instance scalability. So the maximum storage now is going to be increased to 32 terabytes now, up from 16. And the maximum number of databases that we can have per instance is going to increase to 500 databases now. I have talked to many customers, and this has been one of the main things that they have been asking for a very long time. So I know that this is going to be one particular change that is going to be met with open arms and is going to be very welcome. So great job, Microsoft, on this enhancement. We are going to increase the maximum number of files. So it used to be 280 per instance. Now it's going to be 4,096 per database. So this is going to provide a huge improvement. The maximum number of vCores is going to increase from 80 vCores to 128 vCores at the upper limit. If we keep scrolling down just a little bit more, now there are going to be some more enhancements here for resource flexibility. So for the current general purpose tier, we had individual limits for each of our database files. Now those limits are going to be shared limits for the entire instance. In regards to the number of vCores that you can choose, we are going to increase from having 8 click stop options to having 16 options now. So this is going to be a really great way to help you to optimize your costs. So suppose that there was a use case where you needed more than 8 vCores, but you didn't necessarily need to go up to 16 vCores. Well, now you're going to have more stops so that you could do 10 vCores or 12 vCores to better match your workload needs. And one of the other cool things that we're going to do now is we are including the ability for you to provision additional IOPS in addition to the IOPS that you get standard and included as a part of your database cost. So this is going to be a great way to ensure that you can get the IOPS that you need to meet your workload needs. And if we scroll down just a little bit more in this documentation, this last chart right here is one more great thing to be excited about. But if you look at the prices for the current gen versus the next gen, you will notice that Microsoft chose not to increase cost for utilizing the next gen version. So again, we're getting all of these different benefits and enhancements, and there is going to be no increase in charges. So this is just absolutely wonderful. So the only thing that is different here cost-wise is if you choose to add on additional IOPS. But outside of that, everything else is going to be billed exactly like the current general purpose version. Now that we know what type of enhancements are included here, let's jump back over to our Azure portal really quick, and we can kind of explore some of these different things. So now that we have our next gen enabled right here, we see this new option down here for IOPS now. So this is going to allow us to provision additional IOPS for our workloads. And if we was to change this over to premium series hardware, we can now see that we have more stopgaps here to help us better choose the amount of vCores to meet our workload needs. So now we can go from 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 and so on. If we was to go back and kind of look at that Gen 1 version, we could see from here that we could only increment from 4 to 8 to 16, 24, and so on. So with this new next gen version, we're getting more stop clicks here. And as we mentioned, you can actually scale your vCores all the way up to 128, which will then allow you to scale your storage all the way up to 32 terabytes now. And by doing that, you can also get up to 80,000 IOPS. So this is just a quick look at the next gen general purpose service tier for Azure SQL Managed Instance. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about these new changes. And if you have not already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please, and help my small channel grow. Until next time, guys, peace.